So you want to become a therapist. Maybe you're the friend everyone goes to for advice. Maybe you've been through something and now you want to help others heal. Or maybe you're just curious what it actually takes. Degrees, licenses, hours, money, everything. Today, I'm going to walk through the entire pathway to becoming a therapist. Traditional paths, non-traditional paths, shortcuts, specialties, and even who this career is really for. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to become a therapist. Part 1. What is a therapist? When most people say therapist, they usually mean a mental health clinician who helps people with emotions, thoughts, trauma, relationships, or personal growth. But therapist is actually a broad term. There are five main types you can become: an LHMC, which is a licensed mental health counselor, an LCSW, which is a licensed clinical social worker, or an LMFT, which is a licensed marriage and family therapist, or a psychologist, a PhD or PsyD, or a psychiatrist, which is a medical doctor, MD. Different letters, same goal: heal the mind and help people live better lives. Part 2, the traditional pathway. Let's start with the classical therapist journey, the one most people follow. Step 1, get a bachelor's degree. Any major works: psychology, social work, education, philosophy, human development. GPA is not everything. Experience is greater than prestige. Volunteer hours help a lot. Step 2, get a master's degree. Depending on the type of therapist you want to be, LHMC, which is a master's in clinical counseling, or an LCSW, which is a master's in social work, LMFT, master's in marriage and family therapy, psychologist, PhD or PsyD, psychiatrist, which is medical school, and then psychiatry residency. And then step 3, graduate practicum and internship hours, usually 600 to 1200 hours of seeing clients under supervision. Step 4, postgraduate clinical hours, 2 to 3 years, 2,000 to 4,000 hours depending on your state. Must be supervised by a licensed therapist, and this is where you really learn to do therapy. And step 5, take the licensing exam. Examples: NCMHCE for LHMC, ASWB for LCSW, MFT National Exam for LMFT, EPPP for psychologists, USMLE for psychiatrists. Step 6, you're finally licensed. Now you can open a private practice, work in hospitals, work in schools, work in nonprofits, work in clinics, work online, or specialize in trauma, kids, relationships, anxiety, addiction, etc. Part 3, non-traditional and alternative pathways. Okay, but what if you don't want to spend 6 to 10 years in school? Here are the real alternative options that still let you help people. Pathway A, life coach, fastest path. No degree or license required in most places. Perfect if you want to focus on personal development, motivation, accountability, purpose finding, career guidance, and you can become certified in 3 to 12 months. But you cannot diagnose, you cannot treat mental illness, you cannot do clinical therapy. It is great for people who want to guide others without the clinical route. Pathway B, peer support specialist. You use your lived experience with recovery and mental health to help others. Requirements: high school diploma, 40 to 80 hours of training, state certification. Workplaces: hospitals, rehab centers, community programs. This is one of the fastest ways to get into mental health. Pathway C, mental health technician or specialist. Entry level hospital job. Some require bachelor's degree, some require just experience. No license needed. Training happens on the job. Perfect if you want to test the waters before committing to grad school. Pathway D, school counselor without becoming a therapist. In some states, a master's in education in school counseling lets you work with students without becoming a licensed clinical therapist. Pathway E, counseling adjacent careers. You can still help people without being a therapist through social worker, case manager, child life specialist, ABA therapist, youth mentor, community health worker, crisis hotline specialist, all meaningful, all impactful. Part 4, which path is right for you? Here are a few ways to decide. If you love deep emotional work, trauma, long-term healing, then you would go with LMHC or LCSW. If you love family patterns, relationships, couples therapy, then you go for LMFT. If you love research, science, assessment, go for psychologist, PhD or PsyD. If you love medicine, neuroscience, prescribing medication, then become a psychiatrist. If you love encouraging others, goal-oriented coaching, motivation, become a life coach. If you want experience now, then peer support / mental health tech. Part 5, how much money do therapists make? These are realistic US numbers, they vary by state. Mental health counselor, 55K to 85K. LCSW, 60K to 95K. LMFT, 60K to 100K. Psychologist, 90K to 150K. Psychiatrist, 200K to 350K. Private practice can push these numbers much higher. Part 6. So who should actually become a therapist? Let's be real, therapy is meaningful, beautiful, and life-changing, but it's also heavy. You'll do well if you are empathetic, patient, curious, emotionally stable, a good listener, non-judgmental, willing to learn about yourself, able to hold space for people in pain, but you'll struggle if you expect quick results, knowing all the answers, helping everyone instantly, and avoiding your own emotional work. Therapy is a career of growth for you and your clients. Part 7, Final Advice. If you're thinking about becoming a therapist, here's my advice. Start volunteering, take a counseling related class, talk to the real therapist, try working as a mental health technician, shadow someone, read books about psychology, take care of your own mental health. Start small, the path reveals itself. Finally, if you want more videos like this where I teach you exactly how to become different careers, subscribe. Comment below what job you want me to break down next. And remember, helping people heal is one of the most meaningful things you can do in this world. If you feel called to this path, follow it.